Today on episode 65, world champion New England Patriots. They got number 6. And you know what? People all over the country are probably pissed. This and more, so stay tuned.
Welcome to The Sports Perspective, an American football fancast about the New England Patriots and also news from around the league. Here is your host, Roy.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you have heard that the Patriots, your New England Patriots, have won the Super Bowl 13-3 over the Rams. What a game. See, me personally, I thought this was a great game. I love a good defense. I love seeing two teams struggling, playing great defense. This is old-time football. You don't get this anymore. It's all offense. They make it too easy for the offense to score points. And this reminded me of the olden days, but in today's NFL, there are people that are probably pissed off, which, yeah, I can get it. You know, people want to see offense. People love the high-scoring games. Me, I go the other way. I prefer two strong defenses. Now, don't get me wrong. The Patriots aren't a great defense. They're not. But they played a great defensive game. And if you don't think so, look at the stats. They put pressure all over the offense of the Rams. So, I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, this sucked. This is the worst Super Bowl ever. Yeah, that's your opinion. I liked it. But anyway, the Patriots won 13-3. It was totally a defensive struggle for 3 quarters. And then it happened. Brady, Edelman, and Gronk. The Brady drive to end the game, to win the game. Again. Brady wins the game late in the fourth quarter again. Think about it. Every Super Bowl that the Patriots have won, Brady has drove them down the field late in the game. Yep, he did it again. 41 years old. Unbelievable. We had a good running game. MVP, Edelman played well. Gronk, even though I was on Gronk all year, he played well. And Brady yet did it again. Unbelievable. So how did the Patriots actually win the game? What did they do to win the game? Well, it all starts with Brady. You know, people think Belichick, yeah, it starts with Brady, come on. When you have the GOAT, Tom Brady, you give him the ball late in the game, you have to believe he's going to come through. Because when hasn't he come through in the Super Bowl? He always has, right? So you got to believe you give him the ball late in the game, he's going to stab you in the heart and kill you. He's going to end your dreams. And in some cases, probably give you nightmares. Then you have Gronk, who I personally have rode him all year long about how slow he was, how he seemed uninterested, he didn't seem to care. But late in the year, and especially in the playoffs, he made some pretty big plays for the Patriots. I give him credit for that. He's not the badass, I'll run your ass over, to score a touchdown kind of player anymore. He won't get the separation he used to. But he's still an excellent, excellent blocker. And with those huge oven mitts of hands that he has, he can still make the big catches when he needs to. Every big play he's made in the playoffs, I watch it and I'm like, he may be slow, but he can still catch the football. Those big oven mitt hands of his. So I have to give him credit for that. Do I think he's done? Yeah. I don't think he's coming back next year. I really don't. But you never know. And how about Edelman, Mr. MVP? The dude had 10 receptions for 141 yards. When wasn't he open? Every time, if you watch the game, I suggest watch it again. Try to look down the field when the camera permits, obviously. He was always seemed to find a way to be open. He was always open. I'm sorry about that. Stupid information. He was always open. He would find a hole and just sit there. If the defense played man-to-man, he would just find a hole, run around, lose his guy, fake him out, and get open. He just found a way to get open all game long. He wanted to win this game. The Rams had no answer for him whatsoever. And two people you would think they'd want to take away would be Edelman and Gronk, or at least Edelman. Didn't happen. Did not happen. And how about our defense? What can you say about our defense? Constant pressure. Remember that first game of the season? They were all over. I can't remember who they even played, but they were all over them. I'm drawing a total blank right now. But the first game of the year, they were all over them. The quarterback had no time. And then it changed, and they weren't very good. But in this game, they were all over the offense. The front seven kept getting pressure through blitzes. The corners and safeties were in coverage. It was just a great game plan on defense. And even when there was a broken coverage every now and then, the defense responded. They covered for each other. It was a great game by the defense. Last year's game, they had no defense whatsoever. None defense. No, none. This game was a total opposite. So, good job for the defense. And how about the offensive line? Last half of the year and the playoffs, they played amazing. And then in the Super Bowl, they were even better, if that's possible. They could have been MVP. Give the offensive line the MVP. Because they deserve it just as much as Edelman did. All you heard 2 weeks leading up to the game, they're going to get pressure on Brady, right up the middle. They have the guys in the middle to do it. They're going to get pressure. They weren't even involved in the game plan, the defensive linemen. They were nowhere to be found. They barely got a whiff of Tom Brady. And how about the Rams? They had a tough game. If you're a Rams fan, you must be thinking, what could have been? Goff. I'm a Goff guy. I like Goff. I think he's the future of the league still. But let's face it, the man looked lost. He was getting sacked. He looked confused getting sacked. He just didn't seem prepared. He didn't seem like he was ready for this game. It was like the moment was too big for him. And it didn't help him that his offensive line, which was supposed to be very good, just let him get hammered and pressured constantly. Constantly getting hit. From everywhere. Every direction. He was getting hammered. And how about that massive D line that was supposed to pressure Brady? Did they even show up? Supposedly they were going to put pressure up the middle and get in Brady's face and cause all kinds of disruption. Yeah, they held the Patriots to 13 points. but they didn't be getting much pressure. It was more about the Patriots making mistakes. They moved the ball very well up and down the field. Just when they get to the 30-yard line, they would sputter and stall, miss field goals, and Brady threw an interception, and blah, blah, blah. Patriots had some bad luck, but not enough. And how about the offensive line of the Rams? The way the Patriots blitzed, put pressure. It looked like the line didn't know where the Patriots were coming from, because Patriots aren't a blitzing team. When they blitzed this year, it was a rarity. They were mostly a see and react defense, especially in the front seven. They'll see what you're going to do, and then they respond afterwards. Not this game. Nope. They were blitzing from the left, blitzing from the right, blitzing up the middle, blitzing this way, that way. They were blitzing and putting pressure. The O-line had no clue what was going on. Mr. Goff must be a sore puppy this week. And how about coaching? McVay, he was definitely outcoached in this game. No question about it. As a head coach, when things aren't going right, you have to make adjustments. There were no adjustments by LA. None. Defensively, they had a good game plan. The players couldn't execute well enough, but they had a good game plan. But as the head coach, offensively, when things aren't working, you got to change it up. Do something different. I'm a big pressure person, in meaning that is, when you're getting pressure, you have to somehow relieve that pressure. And I'm an old school kind of football fan. So when you're getting pressure, I believe draw plays. How about screen passes? Nothing kills the defensive line or blitz more than if you can execute a screen pass. If you can do that, they'll stop rushing you so hard. It'll happen. But McVay, he was definitely outcoached by Belichick, the genius. No question about it. So with all that, the Patriots win their 6th Super Bowl. They had a rough year. Go back and think about it. 8, 9 games into the season, did anyone really believe the Patriots would go to the Super Bowl? Never mind win it. Just get there. You know, they have these ridiculous losses. Remember Detroit? Jacksonville? In that whole Miami debacle? There were questions about Brady. I raised questions about Brady. Wanting to get hit, not wanting to get hit. Whether he was 41 and done. There were rumors about a knee injury, which I didn't believe at first, but looking back now, maybe there was a knee injury because he looked totally different in the playoffs. And how about Gronk? He just looked done. Couldn't run. They were covering him with linebackers all of a sudden. They weren't even covering him with corners very often because they didn't need to. He couldn't run. Then you had a rookie starting running back who got hurt himself. And then your other big stud draft pick blew out his Achilles. So there you go. You're like, oh, Jesus, here we go. But this team does what every Belichick team seems to do. They hung together. They bared down, fought together, shut out the noise, as they call it, and won a 6th championship. 6. That's the most in history. tied with the Steelers. And you know, people all over the nation are very pissed that the Patriots won because they're a winner. You know, when a team wins too much, I don't care what sport it is, after a while people start getting, all right, let somebody else win. I'm tired of you winning. Give it to somebody else. So they start rooting for another team, which is understandable. I get that. I totally get that. But when you have the best player, at least the best quarterback in history, it's tough to win. But all I can say is congratulations to the New England Patriots on a 6th Super Bowl. 6. I remember the days when the Patriots couldn't get on TV because they were blacked out. And now we're talking about a 6th championship. It's amazing. Totally unbelievable. All right, everybody, this was a short one today. And to let you all know, this is the last episode for the season. I will be back in April for a draft review. And then back in June for the Patriots camp. And I might do some quick updates, but I might do those on video. Those might be done on my Roy Brady channel. That's where I upload also this podcast also. So you want to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Roy Brady, just so you can keep up with the video, because I will be popping into my video every now and then if something crazy happens, just to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. But for audio-only people, just remember you can subscribe on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and any other podcatcher out there to listen to the show. And I just want to say, with this, to Patriots Nation, we are yet again the champions. Enjoy it. And everybody, I will see you in the springtime.